What is good, everybody? We are here with another live stream. I told you we're gonna try to do this week to week. We're doing this, man. We're back. We're excited. We are here with Daryl Dixon, season 3, episode 2. Our discussion for what happened, predictions for the future, and to just chat about what's happened in the past. Of course, I am here with Mombi. Um, I'm glad to have you here. Always happy to have you back. Do
Happy
you
to
have
be
anything you
here.
want to say?
Well, actually, yes, I did really like this episode. It was called what? La Ofrenda? I'm not Spanish, but I will try to say it all day.
No, I'm really enjoying just the culture aspect, just the
Me
vibe of
too.
this season specifically. I mean, just alone, as soon as I think in the first episode, I might have actually screeched when you heard the theme change and
Y'all,
just the way that the
yes.
music. Well, I'm like, bro, this is fire, dude. I'm like, this is so cool.
The new
So that
intro is beautiful.
yeah, so it's one thing that I'm really enjoying, just seeing the culture for an example, and uh, I don't know, just how happy they were even through everything, just the way they were dancing, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just it felt good to see it, and I'm always happy. I'm always happy when
Y-
I see stuff like that.
Right. To elaborate on the culture thing a little bit more, not to jump ahead, but I really, really appreciated being able to see into their world and what it is that they, even though we're what, 15 years post apocalypse
Mhm.
and post normality, like it's it's fun to see that they're still considering things their culture, because they said that a couple of times, even though these things might have not been this way before the apocalypse, they are now. So that's our culture. And I thought that that was really fun to dive into.
Yeah, and I just love it. Just it felt so raw. Just the way for example, we had Abuela have her own little moment where she kind of stood on business and was letting Carol know, like, hey, like I understand this might not be like the normal way of things, but this is the way we've been doing things, and it's the way it's worked. And then like essentially telling Carol like, hey, like get off your high horse, like yeah, you may have a community, but right now you're asking for our help. Right now
Yeah.
you're living with us, so
Yeah.
essentially like and just accept what we have or get out of here, And it was just
Hmm.
it was interesting to see her kind of like just kind of go on about it. Like she even went up to Justina was her name. What was her name? I forgot her name.
Denise. Yeah,
The
that's her name.
yeah, so she was like, what would she say? Oh, she like just straight up was like, oh, translate for me. Like I got shit to say. And I know we're jumping the gun, but I really that was one of my favorite parts of the episode because she just started going on. Because the way I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, these people like they're giving away people for guns. Like this is sick. But just to hear
Yeah,
their perspective is always interesting.
for sure. For sure.
So, they never want to demonize what they're doing. I mean, whether it's a coping mechanism or whether they actually believe it, who knows? But we start
Exactly.
off the
We'll get to more
episode,
of that later,
of
but
course, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we start off the episode with I think both of us must have been really relieved. I don't know if you dropped your reaction yet. If you guys
yes.
haven't, check it out. But I need to check it out because I want to see what your reaction was when we start off the episode with Carol and Daryl actually being together. Because
Yes.
my main concern was, oh my god, we're separating again. And I think I had a few comments where people were like, dude, I don't want to do this again. And I'm like, I don't either. And to be back in a position where, we were gonna have to be separated was a little scary. And even being in a situation where Carol was kind of weak, where I'm like, okay, well, we won't see them kind of interacting in the same way we normally would. It's still gonna be a little weird. But for her to just be like kind of like a curious child and just to get up and walk away, it was better than having to isolate for the entire episode.
Right,
And
right.
but it did make me sad. We know she's in kind of like a very fragile state, very weak state with the fever and everything, but for her to find peace in the Roberto and I believe Justina's happiness was just it was like it was depressing, but at the same time like cute. I was like, oh man, I love this, but at the same time I'm like, bro, like this is what it's come to. Like this is making her probably like envious. Not envious, but she's just appreciating it.
Yeah,
And it was a little
that's how I
depressing, but
felt.
how'd you feel about like that specific scene?
Well, I was thrilled when Daryl comes walking up and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, he's like scolding her, like like
Like,
what
I
are we
was
doing,
just
dude?
literally screaming for you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely was a highlight for me because I was so anxiety ridden. I'm like, bro, we're
Me
gonna have.
too.
Oh,
Me
what are we
too.
doing?
I was like, let's
Oh,
not do this again, please.
nah, yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
North?
But
Welcome
I
back.
was so happy. And I thought it was beautiful how she was like, shh, 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 just watch them.
Just
Like
yeah,
they're
just
perfect.
enjoy it.
And
Oh yeah, when she said that, I'm like, ah, I'm like, because there's not
that
much of this, you know.
yes, uh-huh. And when she said that they were perfect, I was taken aback a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, honey, are you going cuckoo? Like they're perfect. But then I was
It's the
like,
fever.
well, yeah, exactly. Uh, but and then I don't know if this dawned on you or not, but I was wondering to myself, like, why are they where they are? And I was thinking maybe they're by the water because the water muffles their voices so that they don't have to worry about people looking
That's
for
smart.
them or walkers to be attracted to them. I don't know. It was just something that dawned on me.
Yeah, because they didn't even go in the water. I don't think. I know they made
Not until they had to.
yeah, they said something later on like, hey, we were just going for a swim, but that
Yeah,
wasn't like the intention clearly.
they
But
definitely weren't dressed for a swim.
exactly, yeah, but yeah, no, that entire sequence was interesting. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously they've all gone through a lot, and it brings me back to one of the quotes earlier on. I mean, I think one of the examples I'm thinking of is I forget what the actress is now. I want to say she was in the actress from Leverage, but she was in an episode. It was with Carol and Maggie when the Savers captured them and were trying to like hold them hostage and like were walking Rick and was like, hey, like if you want him back, yada yada yada. And they knew she was pregnant and just the way they were saying like. You really did that shit like here, like during all this. Like, how could you do that? Like, how can you,
Hmm.
And it brings us back to that question, like, how can you love? How can you do this? How can you do that? And just brings us to these young kids who are just kind of the rest of the world doesn't exist when they're together. You know what I'm
This
saying?
honeymoon period, yeah.
Exactly. So it's like the rest of the world doesn't exist when they're together because of
Hmm.
the fact that their love is blinding all the negativity, all the walkers, all that shit. And I feel like that's why it's more important.
And
And
we
then
don't know
so
it at the time, but it's basically celebratory. They're like, "Oh my god, we finally got away."
exactly. Yeah, so we're not questioning it at all. And like
Yeah,
of
no.
course we understand hesitancy when it comes to characters kind of leaving certain certain shelters. And I think we've come to a point where we don't really question it anymore. Like if you say it's bad, there's always going to be like a skeleton in the closet. It's always going to be bad. It doesn't matter if it looks great, doesn't matter if it looks fantastic. It normally almost isn't, like always isn't fantastic. So when we had Roberto being extremely hesitant of allowing Daryl and Carol back to the group, because not because he didn't want them there, but more because like, hey, like we can't go back. Like I could understand it,
Hmm.
but before we go to that, I want to dive into, of course, the men that found him. Those are like the same group of people that we
Oh
ended up
wait, can we talk
seeing.
about the dialogue between Daryl and Carol because that was hilarious
Yeah,
too.
what
Because
piece?
he saw their stuff and was like, "Ooh, that's gonna be my stuff
Oh
now."
yeah, man! I'm like Daryl. You're really on your your
Yeah,
smuggler crap. Like
yeah. He
you're
was like, "That's gonna be my stuff now."
yeah. He's like, we'll just take a little bit. I promise.
And then she was like, "Well, what's your bow for?" And he was like, "It's an icebreaker."
Yeah, I'm like, dude. And there were so many moments where, I mean, like as much as I love the main cast, I feel like this is like the most realistic point, and I feel like we saw a lot of this in the main show, but I feel like it would have been cool to highlight it even more. But it's and we saw this a lot in season 5. Like no one's a good guy. Like we need to do what
It's
we need
all
to do to
about
keep the group
survival.
alive, and I think we saw that a lot with Rick. Like he was like, hey, like you're not one of us, so I don't have to worry about you.
Right,
And we saw
right.
that when he
Yep.
first went to Alexandria, where like Alexandria wasn't his home. Like the people was his home at that point. So there was a point where they were trying to move the walkers, and when the other people from Alexandria were getting attacked, he was letting his group know specifically, if they get attacked, you leave them. Like you worry
Hmm.
about yourself, because
Yep.
his people were his people. And it kind of brings me to that whole situation here with Daryl. Like Daryl was like, hey, like we're gonna rob these people of everything they have, just so I can make sure Carol can get back and not be sick and be safe and whatever. Like
Hmm.
prioritizing the people that matter over the people he doesn't know, which I understand, but at the same time, it just really highlights how brutal this world is, and
Right.
it makes things feel more realistic. Like I don't want everyone here to be a hero. And I feel like they really highlighted that there and they did a good job with it. And for him to be like, and for Carol to kind of be the voice of reason when we've seen her on numerous occasions do some crazy shit too, but she's always usually
Right.
given warnings. She's always
Right.
been someone to give warnings. But it was really interesting, and even though we've seen it before, it was just a really fascinating piece of dialogue, and I can't believe I just kind of like skipped over that. So thank you
That's okay.
for
And well,
that's
and
why we
then
do
the
this
guys
together, man.
came in, right? And Daryl
Hmm.
was like, "Oh no, that's my shit, not yours."
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
I
then
was
he
like,
started
"Oh, here
taking
we
them
go. We're
out.
gonna get involved."
He started taking them out. It was fantastic. Of course, great action as always. Dude's going straight for the heart, man. Every time like it hits them, I'm like, oh, they could probably eat another arrow, but then you see them kind of like freeze up and fall, and I'm like, oh shit, he got
Yes.
them right there. And they even got to a point where Daryl kept like kind of, and he did this in episode one. He's cutting straight to the chase, like especially with almost called him Philip again, but with Julian, he was like, hey, he's like, oh yeah, that's cool and all, you being the last man, but where's the boat? You know, like he's getting
Right.
straight to the chase, and he did that with the stuff. He's like, hey, like that's great, but can we get some food? You know, and they're
I
like, oh yeah, we'll give
love
you
that
food if you
he's
leave.
finally like, I mean, it was devastating when he lost Isabel, but
Ugh.
I think that now that Isabel's gone and Laurent and Ash are on their way home, well, to our home, I think that he's finally like, okay, it's time to get out of here.
Mhm.
Whatever we got to do, we're getting there, and I'm not pussyfooting around about it
And
anymore.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
we've
me and
got
you
some
have been
gumption
talking
out
about
of
it.
Daryl now.
I know me and you have been talking about it, but I need the reunion with everyone, and really hope we can get that in the last few episodes of season 4.
I
What?
started to kind of slow down on that only
Really?
because now I'm afraid that the sooner we get it, the sooner this franchise is going to end. And I don't
Well,
want that.
I mean, I think we're close, man. I mean, they already announced the ending of the show. I mean, which means that Dead City. Oh, I understand. You're breaking down inside right now. Yeah. But we have Dead City, which I enjoy the show, but I think Daryl Dixon is far superior. That's just my opinion. I don't know if anyone, yeah, as much as I love Dead City, I'm just saying. But I think
I
as
just think it has a storyline that makes us it keeps us on the edge of our seats. Dead
okay,
City has gotten to the point I think where everybody's just kind of pissed off.
yeah, okay, that's
Everybody's
fair.
like, "Why is this happening? Why are we painting our characters out to be these little bitches? Why are they
Especially
not?"
when the two main characters don't like each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I also don't like that it feels like people that don't know Maggie and Negan, like first of all, I don't know how there's any people on this earth that don't know The Walking Dead already. But if they've never watched The Walking Dead and they're watching just Dead City as a show on its own, I am really not enjoying people shipping them with each other. And that's
Oh, yo, no.
disgusting.
Makes me feel weird inside.
Disgusting.
I've heard people that even watch the show that are like, "Oh yeah, it seems like they're building to that. That would be interesting." I'm like, "Nope, it would not. It would definitely
No,
not be
no,
interesting."
it would not.
Like I'm 100% cool with them building. Like they've done this for a long time.
Building a friendship.
Maybe trusting each other.
Yeah.
I want them to trust each other, and I think they're getting to a point where like
Like
Negan is
Carl
always
always
looking out for
wanted.
kids. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I can never see a world where they're together without it feeling
No.
extremely forced. And that's the last thing we want to see when it comes to television, like things feeling forced. And I don't want to see that at all.
Mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
I hope a majority of the people feel the same way because that would make me feel really, really weird. I mean, it's
Right.
too much. It's too much. And I think Herschel, like the route that they have Herschel on right now too, not the thing that I'm enjoying. I'm not really enjoying that. But no, yeah,
No.
it's
See,
tough, man.
exactly. Like there's just stuff about it that we are not enjoying. So we're holding on to Daryl with all of our talents. We're just like, yes, this is our show. This is gonna bring us
Mhm.
all back full circle.
And I think that's why when we got the announcement that because I was there when they announced it, like they like I think they
Oh yeah,
announced
I
it.
forgot you were there.
Yeah,
That's
I was at San Diego when they announced it, and everyone was like, and then I was at the press conference after the panel,
yeah.
separately, and they were like talking even more to an extent about it, and it was just like, dude, like this is insane. Like this feels like the end
Yeah.
of the show. And as
Yeah.
much as I would love to see spin-offs of like other sides of the world, like other sides of the Walking Dead universe, I just don't know if they'll end up doing it, and I just don't see it being as impactful as say Daryl Dixon because these are characters that pre-existing we already love, and it's just it's
Isn't
gonna
it
be
insane
interesting.
that he was never even a character
I
in the comic
know
books
it is,
and
and
he's
now he's
gone
like one of
farther
the
than
favorite
any of the
characters.
others? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we're here and we got Dead City, and again, I feel like Daryl's a little more superior. So I feel like if we're getting the announcement for Daryl Dixon, because that's right here, I wouldn't be surprised when Dead City rolls around the corner and they're like, "Hey, we only have 2 seasons left after this," and I'm kind of getting close to that. But I feel like if we do end it, I feel like there was rumors of like one giant more like crossover. I want another limited. I would love another limited series of everything coming together. I know that that'd be a lot to ask for,
Well,
but
I want more Tales of the Walking Dead. And
yeah,
if
I know
there's anybody
that
that
was great.
watches this stream and you don't like Tales of the Walking Dead, go away because
They can do
I
so
need
much with
more.
that.
I loved it. And I want more stories like that. I want to
Yeah,
see more people in the apocalypse. I want to see people's beginnings. I want to see like their origin stories. I think it would be so, they have so much potential with Tales of the
I
Walking
know.
Dead. So I'm like, what do I have to do to be a writer on this show? Please, I
These
will revive it. Let me do this.
anthology series, like shows or whatever, are like extreme. Like always, the potential there it's always high when it comes to like anything. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a what if, whether it's like what if, it was Shane that went in a coma. Like even
Right.
something as stupid as that, I'd watch. Like animated in
I
the
would
style
love to get
of
at
the
least
comics.
one story about one of our most epic walkers. Who was he before, and not know that it's him until we know it's him
You know what I would what I would watch
or
the shit
her.
out of.
Yeah,
I
what?
would watch so the way they kind of brought Invincible to life with the comics. I would watch like an adult animated Walking Dead, a retelling exactly like the comics. I would watch that
Oh
on
yeah, that would
Amazon.
be fun. I've
Like
never
I would
read
love
the
the hell out of
comics,
it.
so I would much
Exactly.
rather
So that would be
watch
cool.
it than
Like
read it. Yeah.
Invincible type stuff, like the way they made Invincible work brilliantly. I would
Yeah.
love them to do that with the
I'd
Walking Dead.
love that. I would
Absolutely.
almost also love if Kirkman would do the animated series actually, like maybe a parallel. Like, remember
Worldwide.
when he originally said he was going to try to do the Negan side of things, like from Negan's perspective.
Perspective. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And
Oh,
seeing
okay.
Rick's group come in after that, I think that would be fun to
That
finally
would
get
be
that.
interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
it's always interesting to hear the way he kind of tells a story too. He's like, we were just minding our own business, and then you came in and you killed our people.
right.
But it's like obviously there was a
But they
little,
weren't.
you know. But there's so much to it. There's so much to it.
So much to it.
I like
And I'm
always read.
excited. I'm excited. I think everybody wants the reunion, but I just started to kind of scare myself to bring it all back to base. I think I was just starting to scare myself like, oh man, but if that's the end all be all, I don't want it to be here yet.
Not for sure. I can understand. I mean, again, there was a point where I just didn't want it to end, and now we have all these spin-offs, and it's like I've been able to grow up with this show, which it's been
Yeah.
a pleasure for me. I mean, the show came out when
Hmm.
I was like 10,
Hmm.
and now 25, so it's always cool to see how things have evolved. And
Right.
I don't want to say I'm ready to say goodbye, but at the end of the day, like it's just the show means a lot to everyone, so it's just great to be able to say that I was here for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to see more. Like if they end the
Yeah.
show and then a few years again, that animated show, I would watch the hell out of an animated
Yeah, me
Walking
too.
Dead show. So I want them to do that. But super off track. Back to where were we? We were with the bandits.
So the guys came
Um,
in, they were trying to take the stuff. Daryl started kicking their asses. The one got away. I don't know
mhm.
what's gonna come of that, but I'm sure it will. And
Well, like the
then
ending of it, like
I don't know,
'cause
like
he killed a guy.
the one guy that got away,
Yeah.
whatever group he's from, is gonna come back to bite them in the
Well,
ass
he
at some
killed him.
point, I'm sure. Which one? The one in the truck?
Yeah, the one that got away.
How?
You
When?
remember at the end of the episode, there was a guy that was one of the guys that was part of the militia, the group that came in. He walked in and he was sitting at the table, and then he saw Daryl sitting.
Shut the fuck up. That was him.
Yeah,
I did
I'm
not
like
put
I'm like
that two
shit.
and two
I'm like,
together.
am I spoiling it? I'm like, I don't think I. I was like,
What?
yeah. So
That's him?
that was him. That was him.
Oh my god,
That's why.
you just solved the biggest
Yeah,
piece of my puzzle. Like
that's why he
I
got up
did
and went
not
after him.
understand why they had beef with each other.
Yeah, that's why he went after him right after, like right away. He went after, and that's why Daryl grabbed the knife and said, "Hey, I'll be right back," because he knew exactly what was happening. And you saw the guy
I
whisper to
was
his
like,
homies.
"Wait, what the fuck
Yep,
just happened? Why
yep.
are they going after him? And why does he know they're coming after him?"
So that's exactly what happened. My kind of state of mind is like, hey, like he killed them on their land. Like someone's gonna go by that little patch of walkers and maybe recognize him, and that could be an issue. I'm hoping it isn't, but realistically,
Man, I did not
that's
put
where I was
those
at.
two
No, I
together.
know, no,
That's
that was exactly
crazy.
what happened. That
Was
was the
he the
same guy.
one that he chopped his hand off and he fell into the walker pit?
Yeah, yeah, he was the one that was hanging on, and then he like sliced his hand. Exactly, because he took out the other boys first and saved
Yeah.
him for last.
That's
Got to make it meaningful.
wild.
Hmm.
Oh my
Yep.
God, it means so
Wow,
much
I'm
different to
surprised
me
I'm
now.
surprised you didn't see that.
No, I didn't because I didn't like see his face enough, I guess. You know
No,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
because
to
you see
recognize
him,
him.
you see
But
him pull
then when
up.
they were sitting at that table eating, I didn't even feel like there was anything there. I just felt like they all looked at each other and then it was just game over after that. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Why did they look
No.
at each other like that? And now
So
they're
you
just
thought they
going
were
out?
just scrapping for the hell of it?
Yes.
No, no, they were beefing because of the past. Like you saw the guy look at him, recognize him, and then say to his boys, like he didn't. They didn't show what he said, but he was like, "Hey, like
That
that's the
makes so much
motherfucker.
more
That's
sense
that's
now.
the pendejo that
Thank
went
you.
after me."
Thank
And
you.
then you see that's when you see Daryl like immediately. He's like he's not gonna cause a scene there, and that's why he grabbed the knife and walked away because he was like, I can take him out
Yeah,
like
it
away from
makes so
everyone.
much more sense now. Thank you.
Hmm. Nah, so
Yeah.
that was a really cool moment. So we saw the bandits come, we saw
Yeah.
that guy get away,
Yeah.
and then
Then
we
we
saw
show
Daryl.
up. Oh my
Exactly.
gosh. Can we talk about the location that they were walking through? Beautiful.
Dude, that's
Beautiful.
the one thing about this show, and I've given this credit in like almost every season that we've watched. It's just constant, constant beautiful shots of the scenery that they're in. I mean, the one of the best parts about filming where you're actually filming where the look like the show set in is you can take advantage of these locations. You can just show how beautiful where you are, is. And they did a
Right.
really good job with that, especially with France, and then even here, just highlighting how gorgeous some of these shots are, and it's just been a pleasure to watch. And I don't know, and I think about this all the time. The budget has to be better. It has to be more than Dead City. I don't know if it's because of the amount of drone shots that we get, but just to show the landscape and to show us walking, and it's just they highlight how beautiful this area is, and they do
Right.
such a good job with it.
I mean,
Such
to
a good
be
job
quite
with it.
honest, it also just puts it into more perspective for people that, hey, this is what people have to do now. They don't have vehicles at their disposal 24/7. They don't have animals to ride. You know what I mean? Like they are walking
Mhm,
across all this land.
mhm.
Yeah.
We have this question. It's I was confused which group did he belong to, the mayor, Justine's dad, or the president. I
Oh, the
kind of
guy that
assumed
got
the
away.
president. Yeah, I was assuming the president.
I thought the president too, because they were
Yeah.
sitting at that lone table. You would think that the mayor would treat his people a little better
Yeah,
than
and
that.
I don't know if we saw cars from the mayor. I know they had horses. I don't know if I saw
Yeah.
cars. I know we saw a car with the president, but it was like a fancy car because it was like, hey, like that's the big guy.
Yeah.
But almost 100% certain it was from the president because of course they do this. I think they said once a
Oh, I
year.
was calling him the king. Is he the king? They keep calling
So
him the king.
it might be, I think it is the king. I think I might be the king. I know they were calling the
The king
princess
is
or
the
like,
one that takes the girls, and the mayor is the one that sees
he's the one
over.
who's living he's the one who runs the village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think you might be right. I think it is
I only thought that because they said that that girl was going to be the queen.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
probably right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
So then we get to the gates of this place, right? And
Mhm.
my jaw dropped because immediately they start talking about that girl, and she gives them this look like, what are you doing here? And they say her name is Pass, right? And did you see those workers, those walkers at work? They were putting those walkers to work. I thought that was
No,
so
I didn't see
creative.
what were they doing?
They were working, they were pulling and pushing things.
Really?
Yes.
I missed that, bro. That's so cool.
She's like the walker wrangler.
See, even dead, bro. We're hard workers, man. We're
Right,
hard workers,
right.
man.
And then those and then those gargoyles on the wall. I was like, those are wild. The walker, how did they design those? That's crazy. They
Dude,
were
that's the one thing I'll
scary.
give them, man. Some of the designs over the years have just improved. I mean, they were beautiful before, but it's just always so cool. Like, even in episode one, we get that shot of the walker with like the branch growing in it, and his head's like kind of pushing outward, and it's like,
Yes.
bro, like it's so cool to look at, And they constantly have shots like that on top of the landscape shots. I mean, the show can sometimes it's just beautiful. It's just
Yeah.
incredible
Right.
how they kind of shoot some of these sequences. But the walkers being put to work, hilarious. Did not even put two and two together.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
I
Um,
also I gotta credit my mom there because I didn't notice it at first either. But when I rewatched it with my mom, she was like, "Look at the
oh, that's
walkers doing
fire.
things." I was like, and I'm always usually pretty so detail oriented that it gets in the way too. So I was like, I'm surprised I didn't even see that. But yeah,
No, I
and
didn't.
then
I didn't notice that. No.
right, and then we see the way that their gate door is designed, and I was like, oh shit, I wonder what happened to this place for them to design their gate like that. They must have been rushed at some point with all those
Yeah,
like spears on it.
they're like the spikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that kind of got me like all anxiety ridden was the bodyguard that was like standing outside of it.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, like I don't like that he has no protection outside of like
Right.
outside of there. Like somebody could just peek and just blow his head off. I'm like, bro, go make a watchtower or something. Like go on the top or something. But
Right.
it was just really cool to see how they were kind of running things.
Yep.
It's always great to see the cool like different like villages, and I think the reason why I felt a little more at ease with this is we get a lot of like villages where they look so beautiful. Like it looks perfect and they're always hiding something. If it looks perfect, it's never
Yeah.
perfect. That's just how it
Uh-huh.
is. But when you see like a village and you can like visibly see the flaws,
Yeah.
it's just everything is right in front of you. Like what's there is there.
Yeah.
And they weren't hiding, hey, yeah, we unfortunately have to get rid of these people in order to get medication, in order to get this. But like they truly believe, and again, we don't know if this is what happens,
I
but
wonder
they
how
believe these
often
people
this
get their life.
ofrenda
I
happens.
think they said once a year. I
And
think
they
is what
just
they
so
said.
happen to come on the day. That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's why they were like, that's why I think those kids were on the run.
Yeah.
That's because they were like, it's going to happen. I don't know if they know exactly when it happens. If I'm being completely honest,
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if there's like a specific
Oh,
day because they seemed genuinely surprised when the people showed up because they were like, "Oh, this is
oh, they're
exactly what we were
here.
trying to
Yeah.
avoid." And I think
Mhm.
if they knew it was happening that day, I think they would have been even more on edge. Like, "Hey, no, like absolutely not. We can bring you there in like 3 days, but we can't
Right.
bring you there right now."
Yeah.
And I'm sure either way there would have been like, "Oh, well, she doesn't have 3 days. We got to go now." But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if they actually knew what was
Man, and
going
they're
on.
so lucky, Daryl and Carol, that they found her of all people because they had a much more warm welcome than any other strangers would. That's for sure. Because they
Yeah,
basically brought back the mayor's niece. So that's like how could you
winning the
not let them
lottery.
in? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's realistically, I mean, she was also very like appreciative of them saving her life. I mean, Roberta was like, "Hey, yeah, you saved their life, but we need to go back to what we were doing. We'll mind
Right.
our business, you mind yours. We'll give you half of the shit we have to say thank you, but that's it."
Yeah, he was trying so
I
hard. He
know,
was
like
like, I'll give you
I
this,
know.
I'll give you that, I'll give you every like take what you want. Just please don't make us go back there.
Yeah, and it was sad that like even later on, he was like, he said to them, he's like, yeah, well, you guys got me in this mess. The least you could do is help me get out
Yeah.
again. Um, Said I was surprised Daryl didn't ask about the group. Exactly. Yep. So I want to learn more about the skull wearing people. Totally forgot about them too. I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot all about them until you mentioned them. The
Oh no,
people.
I've been wondering when they're gonna come
Yeah.
back. I
So I'm
call them
waiting for them.
pirates.
I think we talked about this too. I mean, I was like, I would love for them to be the good guys. And I
Hmm.
mean, again, with the militia, I thought like, oh, maybe they're the good guys. They're the modern ones. They're dressed normally. Maybe they're good. So
Yeah,
far, we are seeing that they are not good people. I would love for these bandits to be great people. I like it's actually something I want to see.
yeah.
Like I want to see them living like in the trees, like Ewoks type shit. Like I want them living good. Like I'm rooting for them to be good guys. So I'm excited to learn more about that. I'm sure they're not going to be good guys. That's me just being optimistic. But at the end of the day, I
I
mean,
mean, I'm surprised this group is a good group of people.
so far, and
Yeah.
it's like that's the one thing that I was really enjoying about that city. I mean, New York City is such a
Isn't it
magical
funny how
place.
they've traumatized us like that? That you're like so far.
Yeah, so far, so far.
It's still the Walking Dead world. I need to
Yeah,
be
yeah, you
nervous.
gotta you gotta be realistic, man. I mean, hell, we were like, oh my god, Julian is such a cool character. Julian
We
was
love him.
such a
Oh,
cool
he's dead.
character. Yeah, he's dead. So it's like you never know what's gonna happen, and the show they like to traumatize us. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm really really looking forward to it. The one thing that I
Me
really
too.
loved about Dead City was, New York City is a big place, and so many different types of people, so many
Yep.
different cultures, and that was one thing I was excited for them to highlight in the show, like the different groups of people that are still alive, the
Yeah.
different people that kind of group together,
Yep.
and kind of form their own little group. And so far we've seen different groups and they've been cool, but nothing as crazy as I guess I wanted. And now we're here and like we're seeing different groups, and now we got people that are wearing skulls, we got people that
Yeah.
are just the militia, we have the religious types, we have just so much with this show, and it's not really something I expected, but it's something I've fallen in love with. So
Right.
I'm really anxious to see that group.
Yep. Me too.
But back to where we were, of course, finally going to the village, meeting the
Yep.
mayor. Uh, we understand how they do things. He was really reluctant on allowing us to stay. Justifiable. I get it. But it was just really interesting to see how things were. I mean, Daryl is constantly showing us that he's just a badass. We see
Right.
this. When they
100%.
pulled him in and we have 20 guns pointing at this guy and he just points it at the mayor, like, hey, what's up?
Right.
And then we have Federico who was like, hey, like lower the gun, my friend. And he's like, yeah, once you tell your boys to. And it's like,
Once
Daryl,
they
bro, like
do.
they can
Right.
air you out right now, but like
Yeah.
Daryl just got an iron pair on him. So it's like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it just looked a badass. So it was cool to watch. But leading to everyone, of course, being extremely nervous about Daryl and Carol, but to see them fitting in, to see them working, to see Roberto's dad taking them in. There was just so many things that I
That was so
enjoyed, and
sweet.
it was. I mean,
I mean, he's happy they saved his son too. I
mhm,
mean, anything could have happened.
yeah, and
Anything.
yeah, anything so far,
Right.
and it's just one thing I'm really looking forward to is just seeing how this kind of like ends, because
Yeah.
obviously they took him in super hesitant of this group, but after Daryl kind of taken out these people to take him out or took him out, excuse me. I'm curious to see how the president or the king or whatever. I'm sure they're gonna find out that they're missing numbers, and it's gonna be a whole thing. I don't know. I'm curious on how episode 3 is gonna go down, but
Yeah, right. I'm excited to see that too because I'm like, okay, well, three people are not going back. So, but um so I guess I misspoke earlier. We did stay the night and then the ofrenda happened the next day. So like they had that huge talk in the kitchen and like I get both sides of the story. Like I get Roberto's side about wanting to escape with his girl and trying to just be on their own. But then like Daryl is dad. He's like, okay, well, your dad has a point, blah, 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 blah. And the son gets upset and stops making dinner and walks away. And I'm like, see, Daryl, look what you did. Now you're not going to get dinner. You pissed him off.
and I will say, I don't know. Do you want to know the name of the episode for the next episode?
Do we already know it? What is it?
The sacrifice.
The sacrifice? Of course it is.
It's El Sacrificio. I can't say it, but
Stop it.
it's yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
And I
Uh
was over here with my fingers crossed for Roberto and for Justina.
yeah, one of them's cooked for sure. And remember, these are small seasons. I mean, that's the one thing that I think it took me a long time to kind of get accustomed to with
Yeah.
not only Dead City, but of course Daryl Dixon. Because the main show, we had time, we would get introduced to a new character, and then we'd be like, okay, like we're gonna have them for like 2 or 3 episodes maybe before they
Yeah.
get cooked. But
Yeah.
here, it's like since they're introducing them in their very short seasons, they're like, hey, we're introducing him in the first episode. We're gonna get rid of him either in the second or the end of the first episode. So it's like I'm curious to see how they're gonna play out, but I mean, I think these being shorter seasons, it's getting me a little nervous. So I
Did we
don't
get one
know how
extra
it's gonna play out.
episode in this season?
I think this is a 7 episode season for sure.
Okay, okay. Um, so then I guess so I did take notes. I have my notes here.
Hell
So,
yeah.
the next thing that I have on my list is about the next day when dad was making everybody food, and I thought that was so cute. Like,
Yep.
they have no shortage of food. Everyone is making some good ass food. And we already know Justina and Roberto, my mom brought this up and it made a little more sense, but she was like, so is this like a Romeo and Juliet type situation where like he's from the
Oh,
poor family and she's from the rich family and that's why they couldn't be together. So I was thinking to myself like, well shit, if the poor family's eating that good still, you know what I
yep.
mean? Like
Well, that's the
they're
one thing about I don't know if you've ever been into a Hispanic household, but like everyone eats. Everyone
yeah,
eats, and that's one of my favorite things about, I guess, the culture as a whole. Like, I mean,
yeah,
legit, I could go to my friend's house, legit go there when he's not there, and his
yeah.
grandmother's gonna cook me up something. Like
Right. But we're
food,
15 years post apocalypse. And I'm like, how are they still eating this good every night? You know
it's
what I
so
mean?
great.
Like,
They find a then we find a way. I love it, man. It just
yeah,
makes me so
I
happy
love
knowing.
it too. I love it. And then when they come around that corner and tell them that the king is there, you know, it's all downhill from there. But I immediately started getting these feelings that these were like the Spanish saviors because of the offering situation. You
Yeah.
know, like their agreement with the kingdom and their agreement with the other ones, where if you give us shit, then we'll give you protection,
Yeah,
kind of
and it was
thing.
interesting to see the people. Some of the people were like okay with it. A lot of them, some of them understood it. The ones that weren't directly involved, like for an example, we saw one of the women that got taken. We saw how her father reacted.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that scene
Yeah.
because
Let's do it.
I don't know if I need to rewatch the torture scene. How were
Which
they
one?
tort?
Oh, God.
What were they doing to him?
What?
Because
I have no, I was trying to figure it out
there was
too.
something in my head that I thought they were doing to him. I'm really hoping what I thought they were doing wasn't what they were doing.
Do you think they were hanging those rocks from his wanker? Okay. Well, I like started to think that, but I knew it had something to do with weight. And I was like, why is he
Yeah.
keeled over? What's bleeding? What the hell is
I'm like,
going
why the hell is
on?
he saying like add more
Yes.
weight, pussies? I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Where's the subtitles when you need them?
I'm like, what are you doing? What do you mean to add more weight? Like he's telling him to add more weight.
Yeah. What?
I'm like, why the hell are you telling him? And that's why the king was like, yeah, yeah, sure. I'm like, bro, don't tell them to add more weight. Like they're gonna do it. But I don't know exactly if that's what they were doing,
Yeah.
but it looked
I don't
like it.
know. Yeah.
And it didn't check in
There,
until like
because they
towards
didn't
the end of it.
show anything else
Well,
except
yeah,
for where they
yeah,
were putting the weight
yeah.
and
It
that
was a lot.
something was bleeding the fuck out.
You were seeing
Yeah.
blood just straight up drip on the rocks, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing?
Right.
This is a
Right.
lot. This is a lot. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping what both of us think isn't necessarily what happened.
Yeah.
Because
Hopefully not.
that's
I wonder if we'll
oh
see it again.
God, I hope not. I mean, if
Yeah.
that's they were doing that in front of everyone, so this is a normal thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if they show it again, because it's
Yeah.
not like they were just pulling him in a different room and torturing him because like in a
Mm-hmm.
way where no one would see it. They were doing
Right.
this for everyone to see. So
Yep. They sure were.
this was sick. But
It was sick.
that guy's gone unfortunately. But all because he
Poor
just wanted
guy.
to
And
know
he
what
was
happened
just
to his
so
daughter.
sad.
And he like
Right.
even when he was getting dragged away, he's like, "How is she? How is she?" Like that's what he wanted to know. Just how was she? It was it was depressing, and I don't know if that's the same woman they were talking about, but later on when we have I forget her name, the cowboy badass. She
Pass.
clearly has a what's her name?
Pass.
Pass, is that what was that what her
And
name?
so on the screen, the spelling was Paz, but they say it like with a lisp. So it's like
Like pass.
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 Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So of course her and the princess, if you will, obviously have a past. But
Obviously.
yeah,
I
so they
was
were
so confused. I was
that
like, are they
yeah.
sisters? Are they best friends? Are they lovers?
No,
What
so I
are they?
assumed it was more of a flirtatious thing at first. I
Yeah.
mean, especially with the way that they
The
were like
kiss on the
talking and
hand
then
solidified it for me.
yeah, and the way she kind of like nodded and then I think
Yeah.
when they were hiding, especially behind like down the stairs or whatever when Daryl was watching, like the way she had her hand on her chest, I was like, okay, like this is seems a little more romantic than anything else. But the way they were
Mhm.
discussing, she was talking about one of Paz's past friends who
Oh, you
you know,
actually paid attention to what they were saying? I was just so excited to see a lesbian
oh,
relationship on the
oh my
screen.
god,
I was so happy. I was like, I love this for the Walking Dead
that's
community
funny.
right now.
Nah, yeah. So I mean, we got that too with the main show too towards the end, which was great with
Yes.
Magna and
Yeah.
which is cool. But I mean, we're here and we have them talking, and then
Yeah.
that's the only
What were they
reason why.
talking about? Tell me what they were talking
Yes.
about.
Do you not remember?
No.
Okay. So the princess was referring to the only reason she was there was because she heard someone talking. She's like, yeah, like apparently it's been years since they saw each other. And she was like, yeah, like where
Oh, and
like
she was asking to come along to
yeah, she was
find
like,
her because
where
she heard
I asked to
heard her
come
name
along.
mentioned. Yes, okay,
She's
I
like
do remember a little
yeah,
bit,
she's like
yeah.
one of the people that was here or whatever mentioned something about this tough, woman who was wearing cowboy hat or whatever. And she's like, I knew it
I
had to have
just
been
knew it
you.
was you.
And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, how is she? How is she doing?" She's like, "Oh, she's doing," and
Yeah.
I don't know if she was referring to that father's kid. I don't know exactly what they were referring to. Um, but yeah, that was an interesting moment for sure because she was
That would
very
make
vague.
sense that it was someone from that village talking
Yeah,
about it at least, yeah.
but she was very vague on
Mhm.
and of course Paz didn't meet the princess at that village. So we don't know where Paz kind of met this
Correct,
met the
yeah.
princess. So of course we'll probably get that later on, but
Maybe she was taken in just like the other two.
yeah, so I'm curious because the princess again, like she's like, "Oh, why didn't you come sooner?" She was like, "Oh, it's hard. Like it's difficult."
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think she was being very vague on what kind of goes on outside
Yeah.
of that village. So I am curious to see how these women who are taken away are actually treated. And so that's kind of a big thing for me. I'm just curious about that. But
Me
just to
too.
see them kind of prepping to be taken away
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
very, very sad. And
And I was thinking to
Justina's
myself, is Daryl watching this all go down? And he
like he was
was.
gonna step in or something. Yeah, like Justina was trying her best to kind of console Elba, for an example. She was like, "Oh yeah, like you're lucky your name's only 4 letters. Like you can just do it like that. You remember?" And she was trying her
That
best to
scene
kind
was
of
wild to me.
really,
Because if you like think about it, at first you don't understand what's happening, but
yeah, and
the girls are getting ready to be in this offering
exactly
and they're sewing their own names into
for the
these
pig.
sashes. But we don't know that at first. We're like, well,
I
why are
know
they doing that? And then the princess comes in, and then the mom is sitting there all sad, and we hear Justina say, "This is your first year. You won't get picked." And I'm like, "No, this is the fucking Hunger Games." I was
that.
just
Oh my god. Waiting for Justina to step in for the sacrifice and say, I
right.
volunteer as tribute. Remember the next episode, the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe in the next episode, Alba ends up dying, so Justina has to sacrifice and be the wife. Come on, we gotta think of some possibilities. This is sick, but of
It
course,
is.
leading into the pig race, which I thought was
Man.
hilarious. I'm like, bro, what
Man,
are we doing?
Alba's pig was in the freaking
He
front the
we,
whole
he was
time.
cooking, bro. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Got to give him some credit,
He was like,
but
I'm winning.
yeah, yeah, it led to of course, Elba winning, and
That was
it was
wild.
sad.
I to think that that is how they make the decision. That's wild.
And it's sad because it's like Justina and Roberto, especially Justina, was trying her best to seem composed and to be fine with the
Mhm.
situation,
Mhm.
and Roberto was just like excited for it, but Justina, of course, excited not to be chosen, but sad because of the whole Elba situation.
Exactly. It was like that sense of relief, but also like such strife all at once. So sad.
Yeah, so yeah, it's sad,
Really?
but what are you
North
gonna
of
do?
60 thinks that it was suspicious things at play.
Really? You know,
Oh, because we all thought it was going to be the niece, and
yeah,
he was
exactly.
the one
So
that took the thing off.
it'd be interesting if he's going out of his way to kind of protect her. You know,
Yeah,
I would love if that's the
true.
case.
That's a good point. North
But
of
if that is
60.
the case, that would be a fair way for him to kind of lose his title as mayor or to lose his life if they
Hmm.
found out he was fixing the races. So
Right.
it's gonna be really interesting to see how that kind of goes down. But
But I
leaves
also think that if that's what he was doing, he would have ripped the sash off all the rest of them quickly after that, so nobody could
maybe,
see the evidence. But it still makes you think.
and it
Yeah.
leads to us having that big fiesta at the end of everything, which I thought was great. Again, it led to that dialogue with the mayor's mother, I believe it was, and her
Yes.
talking about like, hey, like this is how we do things. Like Like, don't, get off your high horse, essentially, like, you're here for our help. Like, your ship is
I
the one that's
feel for
broken.
Carol so much though. Like, obviously she's not used to that culture. She doesn't understand what they're doing. But as a parent, as she explicitly said, can you imagine what this feels for any parent, like to have to give away your child? We saw the guy at the beginning get killed somehow because he was just worried about his kid. Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
And like I also I thought it was it was cute slash funny how Carol kept talking and Daryl kept trying to shut her the fuck up. He was like, pass the pork, give me the salt, like he was just like, stop talking.
Yeah, he was trying his best. He
This
was,
is
and I
not
kept
our
seeing it.
situation to get involved with.
And I don't know, part of me was thinking, like, is this due to her still being sick? I feel like Carol is smart, like, she knows, but I think she's at a
I just think
breaking
she's
point.
fragile and in her feelings.
And I think, again, after the first episode, she said, like, I don't know if she said Sophia came to her in a dream, and she said after
Yes.
that she
Yeah,
just felt like a whole, like, kind of weight kind of lift off. So I
she
don't know if
did.
she see when she sees someone like again, like her seeing the couple being happy, she's like, they're perfect. I don't know if it's because technically Sophia would be around the age Justina would have probably been at. So she's like, oh my God, that could have been that, that could have been my daughter, or if it's the same situation here where she sees these young girls getting taken away and it's like, oh, that could have been Sophia, so I don't know if it's now that she's gotten that weight lifted, she's just kind of now looking out for someone else, like looking out on
Right.
what could be like, hey, like I don't know exactly the psychology behind it, what she's thinking, but I mean, I guess it's up to interpretation, but it's really interesting to see the way she was reacting. And it
Yeah.
could simply be because of, again, the fever, she's sick, whatever, or it could again be because of the dream. So I guess
Can
that's
we also talk about Justina's grandmother, like doing the damn thing with the healing situation? Like, I love that we got to see a healer in this capacity, like not doing traditional medicine. She had her chewing on a stick, she had her like drinking witch potion. Like, I fucking
yeah,
loved it.
like a
I
hoo ha,
loved
bro.
it.
It was really cool to see how they were doing that, and it was just interesting. She's like, my grandmother's a healer. I'm like, oh, that sounds so fucking
Yeah.
cool. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
cool, bro. I mean, like it was just really cool. I mean,
It really was. Yeah.
yeah, so that was interesting. Of course, again, she had two really cool moments in this
She
episode, but
really did. She
diving into
really did. That's
the
a character
fiesta,
to keep our eyes on. Yeah.
exactly, and right after, if she makes it the entire season,
Stop
um,
it!
you know,
Fancy!
we end up having wait, let's see this. This is okay, saying the right hand man took the sashes, but right after Darrow's kind of trying to shut up Carol, we dive into
Oh, wait. And Daryl was like, there's one thing I know, and it's that this food is fucking delicious.
yeah, he's trying his best. The cussing is always so funny because it comes out of no, I think like, what Carol said something in the first episode. I think it was like about the fucking hot dogs. I think,
Yes.
but I mean they both have like anytime they drop the f bomb because like they're gonna do it once an episode usually, and
Yeah.
that they can't do a lot of it. So when they do it, it's always in like a very like fashionable manner. So it's always
Yes.
it's always fun. Like you expect it to happen once, which I love now, but it's all they're not gonna waste it. They're not gonna
Yeah.
like prick themselves and be like, "Oh fuck," it's gonna be
Right.
in some like great manner, which I think utilizes it well. And again, I've
Yeah.
mentioned this in the past, but cussing I feel like is important for this world. If I'm in the apocalypse, not many people living. If there's walkers up my ass every 20 seconds, you best know I'm gonna be saying whatever the fuck I want to say,
You're
want to say.
right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
So it's always just fun, and it sometimes seems a little more natural when they do end up speaking in that
They
manner, if you
do.
will. But of course, after Daryl's trying his best to be like, "Hey, like, shut up, stop talking."
Yes.
That's when he kind of locks eye contact with the man from the beginning of the episode.
My mind is
So,
still blown. I
yep,
cannot believe
you
I
got to
did
go
not
back
put
and
those
check it
two
out after
together.
this,
That's
man.
wild.
But we
Yeah.
see him kind of reach over to his boys, and he's like, "Hey, like that's the motherfucker," like, and
Yeah.
it ends up diving into um them both getting up from their chairs, and obviously we see Daryl straight up grab that steak knife. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not playing." He grabs it, and then of course that's when everything goes down. Very smart to
Right.
isolate them. Very smart because
Yeah.
Daryl does that the best. He's like an assassin, hiding in the shadows, taking them out, and we saw a lot of that. He was doing some Last of Us type stuff with grabbing the rock and distracting them, and I'm like, okay, like
Yes.
this dude is like straight up Joel right now, and really
And I
cool to
love
see.
that he had what, like a collapsible machete. What the
Dude, I was
hell
gonna get to
was
that.
that?
Yeah,
That
that
was
was so cool.
wild.
I'm like, bro, what is it? For a second, I thought he found like another Morning Star. I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
is really cool. But then the next thing you know, it like it comes out and it's like a
He's
fucking
like, "Whoa."
lightsaber. Like a yeah, I'm like, bro, like what the hell? It was so cool to see. Not gonna lie, I loved it. And
Yeah,
I'm
me
like, oh,
too.
we're gonna see a lot of this in the future. But it leading to him slowly taking them out and ultimately taking out the guy that was in the beginning of the episode. Will
Right.
this have
Yes.
repercussions? I don't know, but it was great to see, and it's going to be interesting leading into the next episode. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. And okay, so I was so tuned in to what was okay. So I think that I was at a disadvantage with this entire fighting the militia thing because I was so trying to figure out why the fuck they were going after each other that I could not focus on what the mayor and Carol were talking about. What was going on there?
what part? When were they talking? I'm trying to think.
The entire time Daryl was fighting these people, we kept going back to the fiesta and Carol was talking with the mayor. He was telling her like it felt like the life story of that place, but I couldn't pay
Yeah,
attention because
I'm
I was
kind of
like,
I'm
why were
clocking
they
out
going
there.
after each other? I was still stuck on that.
So I know part of it was him starting off with saying, "Hey, I want to apologize for my mother." She gets very passionate, and then he ends up talking a little bit about um yeah. Oh my god, I'm like blanking out now.
North of 60, we need you.
But I know they'll
What
dive
were they
more into
talking
it.
about?
I know they were having a straight heart to heart, and he was talking about like being a little like it's why he was being very hesitant of allowing them in the place.
Hmm.
Um, I
But
know
I
he
know it was
mentioned
probably important. I gotta go back and watch it.
absolutely, and I know
But
he mentioned
kind of going back a little bit about the food situation, I thought it was hilarious when Daryl walks up to Carol and he's like, "Hey, look what I found, a whole crate full of beans." Like,
oh
"Oh,
yeah, and
you
he
just
just took
found
it.
those? Oh, you just
Yeah,
found those. They just
she's
gave
like,
those
"Are
to
people
you?
gonna be upset that you took those?" And he was like, eh.
They're for the wieners." And then she forgot all about it because she
"Yeah, the
was
Franken
excited about the
beans."
wieners.
Yeah, nah, I thought that was hilarious. I mean, those hot dogs are gonna be brought up every episode. And I love that. I love that.
I love it. It's
Um,
hilarious.
but yeah, I feel like we covered most stuff.
Yes.
Next episode we will cover the conversation between Carol and the mayor because we are bound
Yeah.
to remember it. But
Yeah.
is there anything else that we're forgetting?
Okay, so this might be an unpopular opinion, but I do kind of want to go back to what the abuelita was talking to Carol about, like sitting down and don't not worrying about it because this is our culture and this is what's saving our children, you know what I mean? When she was saying that, I actually started to think about Sophia a lot, and I was like, I mean, if we think about it, I hate to say it, but Carol couldn't protect Sophia. So these people are protecting their children the best they know
The way
how,
they
and
know
she
how.
needs to just shut up and let it be. Like, their children aren't dying.
Not everyone is going to be in the position where Carol was, and
Yeah.
that's a kind of a way I never really looked at it. And
Yeah.
to this day, I never actually looked at it. But Carol was lucky to find the people she found.
For sure.
Ultimately, I mean, even years into the apocalypse, she's met a lot of women who were in the similar situation she was in, who still weren't in a position to kind of
Which
protect
is another
themselves.
reason why I'm still to this day so flabbergasted that Carol and Dale are best friends because she blamed him for Sophia's death so much. So much. And that crushed me. That
But I
crushed
think
me.
at first, I mean, ultimately, I think she like blamed him just out of like frustration, out of like her knowing it was her who couldn't protect her own daughter. But ultimately, Daryl was a hard ass. I mean, he still is, but out of in the beginning of the show, he showed no love to anybody, and the only interest in the raw like the straight up careness, and the only time we actually saw him having a heart was when he was looking for Sophia. when
Yeah.
he found the toy, when he was going out for hours looking for her. And I think he
Mhm.
even went up to Lori at one point. He's like, "What?" Maybe I'm thinking about something else, but I'm pretty sure there was a point where he's like, "Oh, I feel like I'm the only person looking for her," or like,
Oh
"Is it
yeah,
Dan?"
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So
I mean, he
he,
said something to that effect to Andrea too. He said it to
yep,
everybody. He almost died multiple times trying to find this girl.
fucking Andrea. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about her. But
right.
yeah, I mean, it was something he's
So my
mentioned on.
heart broke for Carol in multiple different ways in this episode because she was like struggling as a mom, but
Mhm.
she was also struggling with learning a new culture and being okay
And she
with
was
it.
trying. She was trying the best way she knows how
Right.
to
Yeah.
kind of
Uh-huh.
explain things. And I think as soon as they offered and they were just as soon as they were like, "Hey, like cuz one of the guy like what did the guy say? "Oh yeah, well like we know you have a community, so we would love to hear your insights." So
Yeah,
that was
and
where
that's
she was like,
another
"Oh,
thing.
now I can talk."
How freaking mature in this world does someone have to be able to be like,
Yes.
I will listen to what you have to say. I will understand what you have to say. And they're still being so kind. They're like, this woman's just naive. We can't be mad at her for it, but we also have to educate her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nah, it's been good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
excited for episode 3.
Me
We
too.
will
Me
be here
too. Did
next
North
week,
of
everybody.
60 ever say anything about what Carol and the mayor said?
He said, let me see.
We
He
burn
speaks of
old
old
things to
customs
welcome the
and how new
new.
customs are formed.
Okay.
He said, "We burn old things to welcome the new,
Okay, that makes
hoping to be
sense.
reborn and find a better life than this, a better
Yes.
future before us." Fuck Andrea. So,
On that
yeah,
note.
but you wrote that down perfectly. Thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
set up great for the bit, but ultimately, yes. So that I mean, that was what the mayor was kind of trying to
Right.
kind of spill out,
Convey. Yeah.
convey. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see what they. I mean, just how they went about kind of sharing their perspectives on things. But I'm sure we're gonna see more in episode 3.
I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
The
mean,
title already has me up in arms. Like, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
yep. And we will be here 8 o'clock Monday. Want to give you guys a heads up right now. There might be days where we're not able to make it. My
Yeah.
goal is to, if I can't make it, and I want Mommy to be here every time. If we can't do Monday, we might push to Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday or Friday. And who knows, we might be able to have other people there if we do push to those days.
Yeah.
My goal is to do Monday because I'm trying to get back into the content. We have a lot of other people, a lot of other shows that we're diving into. And ultimately, as of right now, Monday is just an easy day for me to knock stuff out and to get it
Right.
out of the way so I don't procrastinate or whatever.
Yep.
So, but if we do end up missing a day and if we don't end up going live one day, just know later that week we will be going live.
You know what I'm thinking of now?
Andrea?
I really miss Talking Dead.
Yeah, I do. I miss it too. One of my favorite experiences was being on the show. I mean, that was one of my highlights. I
Right.
mean, I was I think I was on what episode was I on? I think it was the episode with
What episode were you on?
it was the one with Ryan Hurst. I'm trying to remember. But I was they put me on and I was able to ask him a question. I was like on camera. I was like the fan or I forgot what they called it, but
My
it
God, I
was
love that for
it
you.
was
I
so cool. It
love
was so
that for
cool.
you.
I loved it. So I mean, that was one of my favorite shows. I watched it every time after the episode
I
ended and
partook in the polls,
oh yeah,
everything.
me too. Oh, I
Everything.
miss it so much.
I miss
Oh.
it so much. All the
See, now you're
behind the
making me not want the
scenes,
show to not
the
want to
in
want to send.
memoriams, all
Ah,
of it.
dude,
Oh my
it
God.
was
I try to
such a
do
good
in
show.
memoriams on my reactions. Like if someone dies in the episode, I typically, if people watch my reaction all the way through, at the very end, they get a little treat and it's my in memoriams.
Oh, that's
I,
funny.
yeah, I miss it. I miss it so much.
Thank you, busy. Thank you, busy. Thank you,
Thank
UWB
you.
Mombi. Love your love for the show. We appreciate you being here always. Um,
Always.
but yeah, I mean, again,
How do the kids
thank.
do that heart thing?
Yeah, you got the hang of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Don't
everyone
make
for
fun of me.
watching. Yeah, no, there's other ways to do it for sure. But she's gonna spend too much time doing this. But we appreciate you guys being here for sure. And again, like I said, if we're not here next Monday, we'll be here another day. But most likely, we will be here Monday at 8 o'clock. That's the goal. 8 o'clock is the time that I'm going to try to make it work. Um, yeah. See, you remember. Thank you. Uh, but yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. And Mombi, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all by the same name, TWD Mombi.
All right, and same goes over here. Find me Busy Brown everywhere. Of course, you can find me doing reviews for The Walking Dead and a lot of other shows on Team JVS. The link is down below. Um, we do a lot of our like straight up reviews over there. We do reactions on my channel, and then of course the long discussions over here as well. So we appreciate the love and support. Again, thank you for being here. I don't expect these reactions and reviews to do crazy right off the rip because it's been a while
Yeah.
since I've actually been consistent, but I appreciate people showing up at all. So thank you, and we'll
Yeah.
see you guys next for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
So.